Rick, why did you join Rotary?
I joined Rotary because the service that we did was more broad-based.
Yeah, of course. What about you, Sonny?
Sonny stepped out.
Okay, I'll take you, Leslie.
All right. I joined Rotary because I wanted to be involved in the community, and I wanted to be involved with a group of people that made things happen.
Yeah, great. Me too. We've got Tom, Peter there. Peter, why did you join?
Pretty much for the same reasons Leslie did. Just to be involved in the community and with a group that got things done.
Tom, was it the same for you?
Pretty much the same. I wanted to serve, and when they were talking about getting volunteers, I think that's one of the things our club did really well. They were looking for people that of like mind, of a heart, servitude of heart. And so when Leslie or Sonny asked for volunteers, Peter, I think we get a pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
I think that's part of why people join.
Now, Elaine and Jim, did you join at the same time and for the same reason, or what?
Not at all. I'll go first. Cheryl, selfishly, I joined for networking.
Yeah.
And not only locally, but when I traveled, I wanted to be able to go into a community and meet the people in that community. And that's how I met many of you, by doing that.
You know, that's not selfish at all. I think that's a great reason. Great reason. Jim, what about you?
Elaine and I have been very active in sister cities.
Oh, yeah.
For quite a while, and we helped establish the Las Cruces German sister city relationship.
Oh, wow. That's
and
great.
I served on the board of Sister Cities International and went to DC for meetings. And I found that Sister Cities wasn't quite as good at getting things done and having an impact as Rotary is. And so for me, Rotary was a community connection, it's a regional connection, and it's an international connection. And so I still can see and be a part of Sister Cities type thing. And yet there's something like Sister Cities could never have done the polio eradication project. And so I see that Rotary has great capacity to do a lot of things, and I really enjoy that aspect of it.
And it doesn't matter what size your club is, does it? You can join with others and do the same thing.
Right. And
That's
I also
what makes
like
it so
what he
terrific.
mentioned too, when we go into communities and meet other Rotarians. They're just wonderful people.
They are, and I enjoy listening and understanding what they do at their own clubs, because I think a lot of them are all different. They're all different.
Yes, there's just an incredible variety.
Anybody else got a reason? Some of us were just asked, somebody has asked us to join, so we thought, why not? This sounds pretty fun.
Carol?
Uh-huh.
This is Sunny.
Hey, Sunny.
I joined to leverage my time and my money.
Great.
Someone told me that Harry Truman once said, put a Rotary Club in every town and I will underwrite world peace.
Wow.
That is right. That's so right. Oh my gosh, I love that quote. Well, there's definitely a lot to talk about here, and I think as we're going to save this particular these particular ideas and reasons for joining Rotary and come back to them later. But I want to go now to, unless someone else has something they'd like to add to that. For myself, I joined first in '96 with the Fort Worth Rotary Club, a very big club, the third largest in the world at the time. And I was the executive director for a very large nonprofit. And so that's what you did. My board members nominated me for membership, and that was the thing to do. It was very prestigious to be a part of that Rotary Club. Even though they had 732 members at the time, but thank goodness all of them didn't show up for lunch, just half of them. So, but that was my reason. What do you think about benefits you may have gained from your Rotary Club? What do you think about that?
Well, this is Rick. I think a lot of the benefits are mentioned up in why did we join?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, being relatively new to grants, I learned more about the businesses and the business leaders in this small community through joining Rotary and the service work that we did than any other opportunity I would have had in this town.
Our town too, really.
There's
Elaine, what about you? Did you have
there's
something?
to go to another community and find out that about what's going on there than to go to the Rotary.
That's right. You hear it all at Rotary, don't you? You know what's going on in the town. You know what's about to happen. Many times before others.
Whether it's our own community or another community. I mean, we hear those things in our own club and learn about our own community and our own club.
Exactly. Bill, you have anything to add to what benefits we may have gained from joining Rotary?
Well, in the purpose for joining, giving back to the community or being a part of the community, the leverage you get from a club involved with the same type of community activities versus what you could possibly do on your own is just multiplied many-fold. So I like the leverage I get out of Rotary in serving the community.
I love the Rotary Foundation.
Yes. What is it you like about the Rotary Foundation?
One thing I wanted to add is you gain friendship and camaraderie.
Exactly. And that's really, to me, important. I live out here kind of away from Santa Fe, so I want to be a part of it. So every Thursday when I go to Rotary, I get to, see my friends, make new friends. It's fantastic. Anybody else? Benefits? Well, I know my Rotary buddies and I get benefits because I recommend them all the time. So to all my friends, and I do that because I know they would have the same core values that I have, and are honest and have integrity, all of that type of thing. So the networking proves very, very handy, right, Elaine?
Absolutely. And there are so many stories, just what you're talking about, Cheryl, where you know that if you meet another Rotarian, and it may be in almost an adversarial position, but if you know that they're a Rotarian, you know that the integrity is there and that you're both going to come out winners in the long run because you're both have that ethics and the integrity that goes with it.
If your car breaks down in another city, you certainly want to be close to a Rotarian because you can get it fixed and know that they're being honest with you.
Yeah.
Sorry about my dog here. He wants to be a Rotarian too. My husband just became a Rotarian because he saw all the things that we were doing and he wanted to be a part of that, giving back to the community. Being able to work internationally just from our own, office right here. And the friendships that we have made are just unbelievable. So, but he didn't have time to meet with us at Thursday noon. So we just started a Rotary Club, a satellite club. Any of you have satellite clubs where you are? You know what a satellite club is? Well, they call it STARS. It's Service to All Rotary Satellite. And that means that they are a part of our club, but they meet at a different place and a different time. And usually it's attracting our younger members into that club because they don't have time to, from their businesses, they may not be able to take off and go to a luncheon meeting. But they meet in the evening, and they're usually around a glass of wine, a lot of wine sometimes, and they have a great time. And so my husband, who couldn't get away at lunch, decided to join the satellite club. Now he messed up their demographics, something terrible, We're supposed to get younger members in there, and he ruined that. But he's having a great time, and he feels like he can be part of Rotary. But he wanted to join for the same reasons we wanted to join. Well, I'm going to take back the share right now unless someone has something they'd like to add. Anybody?
I think
Okay.
I don't know how you would classify this, Cheryl, but one of the things we're doing in our club, and I know there's a couple of other clubs, yours might be one of them.
Uh-huh.
We've actually initiated an early act club.
Oh, I love those. Yes, they're so fun.
And it's
That's the youngsters, the real young ones.
3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. And it is fabulous to go and watch them in action and to see the things that they have done.
Oh, wow.
So we gave them an opportunity in a little space to really let the real them out. Where in school that might not get to happen, but they got the opportunity to grow and see a bit about who they really are.
That is so fun. We have early act as well, Jim, and a lot of them are even younger than that, but no, they don't tell it what their age is because they want to be included. Elementary school age is so cute, especially the young ones. Anybody have anything they'd like to add as to why they joined Rotary? I know, Bill, did you get a chance to tell?
Well, my major reason for joining Rotary was to, after my retirement, to get to know the people in the community better, and also to provide that sense of giving back and wanting to serve the community. So that was it in a nutshell.
In a nutshell. So many of us are the same way. I'm going to try to get my screen back here. It keeps jumping around, but I wanted to show you something else. In our process here, we want to talk about some things that are in your manual, and that is some insights into our structure. Many of you probably, especially Jim and Elaine and all these and some other folks, you too, Bill, have probably seen this many times. Let me see if I can share this with you. Let's see if I can get it over here. All righty, and I'm going to have to do it this way since my stuff is not showing up the way Jeff's does. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. Can you see this?
Yes.
About my Rotary Club, the inverted triangle?
Yes.
Can you see it? So you see how important we individual Rotarians are? We're at the top of the pyramid here, and Rotary International is at the bottom. And why do you think that? I know you know this.
Well, it's where the rubber meets the road. It's what it's all about.
Exactly.
And I think all the action is in the Rotary clubs themselves, and the rest of the structure is there to support the clubs.
I can't believe that there are 34,000 clubs in this world. That means I can go anywhere just about and find a Rotary meeting and meet some new friends. I bet that's what's fun about traveling and visiting other parts of the world. 34,000 clubs we have in the world. So that tells you how important we are because we're at the top of this inverted pyramid. What about the district? Why do we have districts? Maybe you can answer this, McKinney. Can you answer why we have districts?
Well, for me, what it's about is they can take the information, and it's just a huge, Rotary is enormous in scale, and they can take and organize and present and support the clubs by bringing resources to bear that the clubs and the club members may not know about. And that's a large part of what Tom is doing as district governor, as he touches base with each club and he looks to see, and then he works at bringing resources to them that they might not otherwise be aware of. And I think that really allows for better growth and more substantial club strength.
What is his duty exactly? I know he is definitely guiding us as to where we might go in some of our clubs, or identifying where we're doing good, identifying where we might be lacking. But
he's supporting the RI president's vision and relaying that information. Tom had, as all district governors do, has to go through a significant amount of training. And he is knowledgeable as far as what the RI vision is, what the RI president's vision is, and then bringing that back to the district also with more resources or more goals.
Sonny's group, Silver City, I should address you. What do you think why we should have districts, and why are they important to the club from your point of view?
Well, I would like to say, among other things, we can do things because of the district that would be extremely difficult to do just as a club. And one of the best examples is our whole youth exchange program. You know, it's really hard to do a whole program all by yourself, but being part of the larger enterprise is hugely empowering for the kids and for the clubs. Really works that way.
Do you have any inbound or outbound students this year?
We do. We're hosting an outbound from Las Cruces, and we have an inbound girl from Finland who just got here 2 weeks ago.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. We had one from Switzerland, of course, last year, and I cannot tell you the joy she brought to our club and the enthusiasm. Yeah. She shared a lot with us, and we loved it.
And RILA is another example. You know, we couldn't possibly do RILA as an individual club, but together as a district, it's awesome.
Now, there are 500 districts all over the world. I think ours is fairly large. Jeff, tell me if I'm mistaken. It goes from Fort Stockton to Farmington. Is that right?
Right.
And that's a lot of territory. That's West Texas all the way through Mexico.
Yeah, geographically, it's one of the largest districts. But if you take that 500 districts and divide it into the 34,000 clubs, you're going to get about the same number of clubs per district, and about 70 clubs. And that's what we've got in our district. It's just that to group 70 clubs together, you have to go over a lot of geography.
Oh, and how nice that we can do this distance learning for those clubs that may be way off in the rural areas, more rural areas. We have 34 zones, and I don't understand why we have zones except for, well, maybe you all can answer that for me. Bill, can you tell me why we have zones?
Well, it's to gather all of those districts together, and it's that inverted triangle again to make us truly international, because it works both ways. Rotary International accomplishing all of the good that they do all over the world, the polio campaign, but it takes communication. It was brought up before, and from the top down as well as the bottom up. So it's an efficient way of gathering together the districts to form that intermediate communication.
And I suppose they have to have it with 500 districts all over the world. It's an administrative function of RI. They actually need that level so that they can, all of us. Also, it gives each one of us a chance to enter or interact with any one of those levels. It's so important to be able to, from someone from a club, to be able to go to their zone folks or to their district, to the zone, and be able to put ideas forth. And actually, I think we could enter at any level. Is that right? Do you think that's right, Elaine?
I think
so. We
so.
could enter at any level with an idea or wanting to perform
service. The governor supports the clubs. the district supports the governor. And so it gives the governor a place to turn for resource assistance.
Ah, yeah. And he can take our questions to them too as well.
I think the other thing said is really key. There's about 15 districts per zone. And whenever you look at how big our district is and you take 14 more, you're going to have districts in Mexico as part of our zone. So
That's
you're
right.
crossing state boundaries, you're crossing international boundaries. And it's so in a microcosm, it is Rotary International at work, but in a smaller setting.
You know, and I think we are, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, I think we are the largest zone in the continental United States. Is that correct? Our zone 21?
That may well be. I don't know that for a fact, but it's probably very accurate.
Now, why do we have Rotary International? Anybody give me your reply or what you think a reason may be for them? And President Robbie?
Well, to me, it's to give a unified vision for these 1.2 million Rotarians to work towards. And they cross national boundaries, they cross continental boundaries, all of that. And then you break it down into the zones, a little more manageable, and then the districts a little more manageable. But I think that they give us a unified direction. Instead of going,
I think you're exactly right. Something we need is a unified direction. How many of you have strategic plans at your club? Does Silver City have one?
We certainly do.
That's great. What about your club, Jeff? Do you have a strategic plan?
Yes.
Bill? You mentioned it a minute ago, so I'm pretty sure you might be leaning that direction. You think that's important? Where'd you go, Bill? Okay. Lane and Jim, does your club have a strategic plan?
Yes, they do.
And how did you manage that? I mean, what we heard last night was they didn't have one, but they wanted one, but they were having a little bit of trouble trying to get some folks together to actually brainstorm about that plan.
The president came together with the board and had a retreat, and then the board brought it to the membership, and there was the Club Connect, and discussed it with the membership, and so that's how the strategic plan came about.
That's really important too. I'm going to stop sharing this for right now because we're going to come back to those pieces and we'll talk about our own Rotary International strategic plan, which is right here. Let's get that going. See if we can share that screen. Can you see that? See a bunch of other stuff too. Tom, why don't you read this for us and those in the circle and those outside the circle, the priorities and goals. Can you see it, Tom?
Yeah, fellowship, integrity, diversity, service, leadership. This is our strategic priorities and goals. Did you want me to read more than that?
Read the outside circle. What does it say there?
Support and strengthen clubs, focus and increase humanitarian service, enhance public image and awareness. We are leaders who act responsibly and take action to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges.
Now, how does that compare with your strategic plan? Actually, it comes pretty close to ours. We just added enhanced public image and awareness to make it more important. I think it was right after our president came back from PETS. So, how does your strategic plan, from what you can remember of it, compare to this, or is it more individualized for your community?
Well, I would say about ours that this is an umbrella within which ours fits, and that we have established some specific goals related to, for example, the six major issues or avenues of service. You know, that where do we want to be in 5 years in the domain of new generations and in the domain of vocational service. So we went a little bit more deep, but all within the context of what we have on the screen.
Can you all see this next page here?
Yeah.
Yes.
These are the priorities and goals as they get closer to the objectives for each one of these. Strengthen and support clubs, fostering innovation, encouraging clubs to participate in a variety of activities. All of those, plus the focus on increased humanitarian service and enhancing our public image, except for that one maybe. I'm going to go back to, I'll stop sharing that. And I want you to compare that to, hold on. I want to get some other things in there. I wanted to go back to all those reasons for joining Rotary. And if you remember them, I can't find it right now on my particular desktop here, but it seems to have disappeared. But if you can remember those, here it is. Here it is. Okay, and now let's see if I can share that with you. All right, let's see here. I can share that. Here we go. Get more of this out there and less of that. All right. Can you now, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I want to share. Here you go. Now, reasons we joined Rotary. More broad-based. So we can certainly, that's certainly in those priorities and objectives. So they're kind of in line with us and the reasons we joined Rotary. So they're leading us, I think, in the right direction. We wanted to volunteer. They provide fellowship. They want to increase the fellowship and your networking capabilities. It gives us a capacity. They want a capacity build. We'll do that. And many of the benefits are listed right there in the strategic plan. So I think we're going in the right direction. Let me stop this, go back to our meeting, and tell me now exactly, let's talk about some core values. I'm going to try to share some other things again. Go on with our core values and our mission. Would somebody like to read our mission? Go ahead, step right in there. Can you read our mission statement?
We provide service to others, promote integrity, and advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace through our fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders.
That's so true. Okay, hold on. I got to get my Zoom back. That's right. And are we still sharing the screen? Can you see it?
We see you.
Yeah, which is better.
No. I have a little bit, I have an ornery desktop is what I'm talking about. Anyway, my ornery desktop doesn't let me do everything I want it to do. Let's go back there. And so all of those things in a mission statement are really reasons we joined Rotary too. Somebody read the core values.
Our values are an increasingly important component in strategic planning because they drive the intent and direction of the organization's leadership.
So true. And you can see those core values are so important to us, as we mentioned in reasons we join Rotary, the benefits we get from Rotary, fellowship and global understanding. We've built lifelong relationships in all these different countries, as well as our own community. Ethics and integrity. I spoke last night about, yes, I would not mind recommending any Rotary member to my friend, or because I know they will be received with integrity and high ethics and honesty. We connect diverse perspectives. Even that's with our age groups, I think, too, as well as anything, as our opinions and our objectives. Pardon me, our perspectives come from all directions as well, making it really fun to interact with not only our own club members, but with those around the world. In vocational expertise, service, and leadership, we apply leadership and expertise to solve social issues. You know, where else can you come together? I think Jim mentioned this a minute ago. Can you come together and get so many different people with high-level skills ready to help us out and brainstorm with us and make it really fun for us. Anybody got something they want to add to this? Can you see this? Anything anybody wants to add to those, your feelings about those core values?
I think whenever you're talking to someone who's interested in joining Rotary, I think it gives you a great, idea, allows you to offer them a great idea about what Rotary is about. See if there's a match between what they want and what they see in life that they want to accomplish, and what they can, the team that they can join to make these things happen. So
most definitely.
Yeah, I think it's a great set of words, if you will, that really well define in a few words what Rotary is about, without restricting any given club to have to do one particular kind of thing. So it allows flexibility, and yet it keeps, provides you guidelines.
That I couldn't say it better. That is just so true all the way around. Anybody know the 5 avenues of service, and do we address all those in our Rotary world? Let's see if we club service, right? What else? Vocational service.
New generations.
The youth, yeah. What about international? That's one of my favorites, and I forgot about it last night, and Jeff had to tell me what it was. But I love the fact that no matter how big we are or how little we are, we can all participate in international projects. We have a grant going right now to sanitize some water in remote places in Guatemala. I'm sure you all have your own projects that you're working on, and it's the most uplifting thing. Last year I got to go to Guatemala to see these projects in action, and it was a humbling experience, and I fell in love with all of the children there. They taught me a little English, a little language, Quichua, and I tried to teach them a little English, but it was more fun learning from them. So let's talk about the objects of Rotary. See if I can share this screen with you. Mine keeps disappearing, Jeff. I don't know what's going on here, but anyway.
Well, just while you're doing that, I want to throw in number 5, which is community service.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Hate it that we forget one. Community service is probably really big in most clubs, don't you think? What you can do in your own community.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really enjoy working with all the organizations we have in our club. Any special projects they're doing in Silver City now?
Right now, we're in the process of inventing a signature project that has to do with supporting seniors. And
great idea.
Yeah, we want to do something that's multi-tiered. It starts with visiting them in nursing homes and working in their yards. But ultimately, we want to create a cadre of transportation experts, because that's
oh my goodness.
we need
how important that must be.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
We actually had a Red Cross in our in Fort Worth that took on that duty, and that was probably one of the most important things of keeping seniors connected, keeping them going. We were able to get to their doctor's appointments and things like that. It was just an amazing project, as I know yours will be. Oh my gosh, and how valuable. Rick, do you have anything? Go ahead.
We're also collaborating with the hospital and other nonprofits in the city to help with food, yard work, any things just to help seniors out. Just a big collaboration. And the great thing about it is involving other civic organizations aside from ourselves.
Oh, so it's a collaboration, a real collaboration.
Yes.
Cheryl, this is Jeff.
Yeah, running out of time.
You're about 5 minutes.
Okay. Rick, do you have anything to add to what we've been saying? What about your club? Do you have community projects that you've started? Do you have a signature project? Rick? Unmute yourself.
No, I couldn't get it off mute. Sorry. The signature project that we've done is every year we've had a fundraiser for our community pantry. So one year we built a new loading dock on the back. This last year we raised about $17,000 to put on a new roof. And for this year, it surprised us. We did a backpack program for children who don't have meals as a part of the food program on the weekends.
Oh, wow.
And so that they identified 98 children. And to our amazement, our fundraiser, we raised $30,000 to help fund that effort.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. How large is your club? 25 people?
Right. Well, and especially for our community, this is a very economically challenged community.
Oh my gosh, that's magnificent. Anything you'd like to add, Elaine and Jim, before we go about our process here?
I think that all clubs have some really terrific projects, and as well as ours, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
I am so proud. That's true. Jeff, I'm going to leave objects of Rotary to you since we didn't quite make it to mine. Thank you all so much. You've been such good participants. You didn't go to sleep once, or that I could see. I can see Bill all the time, but thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's take about a 5-minute break. We would reconvene at 20 minutes till the hour. So if you have people from other time zones, I have to be like the Today Show.
Oh, that's
20
right.
minutes before the hour.
Oh, yeah.
So on. So 20 minutes before the hour.
Fantastic.
Sunny, can you hear me?
Yes.
Kathy Gilbert says hello.
Oh, thank you. How lovely.
Bill, are you on the phone? Or can you hear me?
Bill.
Bill?
Hasn't had a screen now. No. Did we lose Bill?
Well, we can't see him, so he may have stepped out.
Yeah, okay. That's right. You did declare a break after all.
That's right.
This was quite a testimony to Rotary today. Christine.
Yes.
She really changed her.
That's
What was she ambassador for exchange?
No, there's such a thing as an ambassadorial scholarship, which is a special program at Rotary. You apply for it, you get sent and you study and serve as an ambassador.
I'm glad you changed your name, Bruce.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
didn't
thought you
know
liked
Donald
that.
was.
I forgot to do it. I mean, I should have done it right away, but I.
Who is Donald?
Oh, and spend a year in Argentina.
Yeah,
I really
sure.
want to do that.
I would. I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd love,
Yeah.
well,
Or wherever, you know,
yeah.
Tokyo or Germany.
I got an email today from Deborah Simon wanting your phone number because they're putting together the team for Guatemala. Did she get in touch with you yet?
No.
You're still interested? Good.
Oh, Cheryl, I was going to pass on to you.